That you have never known.
Part
Part
159.
159.
This is Neil Harbisson, the first cyborg artist in the world. In 2004, Neil Harbisson became known as the first person to be officially recognized by the UK government as a legal cyborg citizen. With the help of technology, Neil has become a part of the machine, equipped with a permanent digital device on his head called the eyeboard to help him see colors, as he has been colorblind since birth. The device on his head helps him perceive and hear colors through sound vibrations within his head. As a result, Neil can now distinguish over 360 different colors. With the assistance of this device, he has been able to see all the colors in the world. Even more surprisingly, when Neil receives a color signal while sleeping, the color in his dream changes accordingly. Neil Harbisson believes that humans have a responsibility to use technology to overcome their innate senses. He once said, "Becoming a cyborg is not just a life decision. It's also an artistic statement. I consider my own body and brain as a sculptural medium." It's interesting that Neil also uses the device to create unique artworks, combining sound and color to create completely new experiences for audiences.
Alright, Shalom, Shalom. I'd like to start off first and foremost by giving all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem Rakakadash. Double honors to our elders and the apostles, a great millstone who will teach well. Peace, love, salutations, and blessings to those that are doing this work in truth and in sincerity. This is your brother Nathaniel coming back at you through the Spirit with another lesson, and I'm praying hope this lesson is edifying. Now, as you can see here in the intro of this video, that you have a guy who had an implant implanted into his that looks like the back of his head, and it allows him to see colors. Now, if you have someone, that has a device that's implanted into their head so that they can see colors, and they have that type of technology already. I believe they said this was back in the early 2000s, I believe. Let's go. We can go look. Replay it real quick. Let's see.
The strange truth that you have never known.
Part 159. This is Neil Harbisson, the first cyborg artist in the world. In 2004, Neil
Okay, so this was back in 2004. This was 20 years ago. This guy had an implant put into his head that allowed him to see colors back in 2004. So they've already had this technology way back when, okay, 20 years ago. It's just that they have not introduced the technology to the public. Now, this is all a part of that beast technology, okay? That part of those miracles that, that Esau is going to use to deceive the world. Because, I mean, if you're colorblind or if you're blind and they can put something in your head, a piece of technology in your head that can allow you to see, you know how many people are going to flock to some shit like that? And now they say, okay, well, you get the C hip. Everything is already included. C hip, it'll regulate your blood circulation. It'll regulate your diabetes. It'll help you with all of your illnesses and your diseases and stuff like that. All you got to do is get it. And guess what? On top of that, you'll get UBI, which is universal basic income. All you got to do is take it. Now, for a lot of people, this is going to be a miracle. You're going to have people that have limbs that have been cut off and limbs that don't function. And now they get this thing. Now they can get a cybernetic implant. This is a cybernetic implant that my man got right there. Okay? That's a cybernetic implant. So imagine you have a Neuralink or something like that inside your body, and now the left arm or right arm that you couldn't use or that was cut off from a war or whatever, now you have access to it. Now they get technology that can actually let you feel touch and shit like that again because you have this thing in your body. This is all part of those left-hand miracles that Esau is going to use to deceive the world. Now, we bring this out all the time, but, we got to bring the point home, because this is the time that we're living in. Revelation 13. And I'm going to start at verse 13. It says, "And he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men." And those are those bombs that Esau dropped. Okay? Verse 14, it says, "And he deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of in the sight, the power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast which had the wound by the sword and did live. And this is talking about the Roman Empire that was destroyed and came back to life through Great Britain, and now America, or AKA Babylon the Great. You know, this bitter place that we live in. So that's the deadly wound that was healed. The deadly wound that was healed was the Roman Empire coming back. This is why there's so many similarities between the Roman Empire and the Babylonian, the new Great Babylonian Empire, which is America. Okay, they use the same national symbol, which is the eagle. They have the same garrisons. Like, garrisons is nothing more than a military base that you set up in another country or another area that's not within your own dominion. Okay, so they got garrisons just like they did in the Roman Empire, set up all over the world. I think America got over 700 military bases set up all over the world in different countries, right? Then you have all of the policies. You have, I think it was the Palavians and the Etruscans, if I'm not mistaken, the two-party system. And you had Caesar, which is nothing more than the figurehead. Um, Nothing more than the figurehead. And you have the president, which is nothing more than the figurehead. Okay, and and then within both nations they had controllers, those that control them, because they control the purse. And then you have inflation, just like in America. What we have right now is them printing more money, right? Printing more money out of nothing. It's the same thing they did in Rome. Only thing they did in Rome was they actually shaved the denarius. I believe that's what you call the coin, the denarius. They shaved the gold and used the gold shavings to make new coins, effectively making the gold that you had in circulation less valuable because it had less weight. You see what I'm saying? So it's the same shit that they're doing now. The only difference is they're doing it with paper money instead of doing it with gold. You see? So the buildings that you see, if you look at the Roman buildings and monuments, right? You go to America, you see the same. You go to DC, you see the same, buildings and monuments, the same art style, same shit that they did in Rome. Okay, so the Roman Empire is alive and well in Babylon, and that's that deadly wound that was healed. Okay, and and it says, and he had power to give life onto the image of the beast, that the image should both speak and cause both speak and cause that as many would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And this is about to happen because you're going to get a lot of people that aren't going to take it, but you're going to get most of the people are going to take it. Okay, most of the people, especially these women out here who think that they got it, when all of this shit goes down and all this hell breaks loose, a lot of these strong and independent women, they're gonna be the first to buckle and fold and take that shit, and they're gonna give it to all their families. They're gonna give it to all their family members. They're gonna give it to anybody under their authority. They're gonna give it to their kids, all right. And for them simp ass niggas who ain't got no backbone, they're gonna take it because their woman told them to take it. Their woman gonna be like, "Well, I ain't helping you do shit," So you either you get it or you gonna be ass out, and they're gonna get it. They're gonna get it. Okay. All right. So, uh, uh, when it says that he causes all, that would not worship the beast should be killed. You got FEMA camps, all right, and and you're gonna have a lot of jakes that's just gonna get killed out on the street. You're not gonna have it. They're gonna scan you. They're gonna see that you ain't got it, and they're just gonna kill you right there and there on the street. Some gonna get taken to camps, you know. But the scriptures talk about how your dead body should lay out on the streets as dung. So you can get a lot of people that's gonna be just gonna get killed and their body's just gonna be there. All right. So those people that don't take it, they're gonna die. They're gonna die by famine, by sword, or by the prison. Okay. It's gonna be one of the three, or pestilence. But famine is a pestilence within itself. But that's what's gonna happen. The only ones that's actually gonna be safe from this are the men of the Lord, those that serve Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai in truth and sincerity. and continue to do this work. All right, and the chosen, let's just say the elect, because even if you're doing this work, you still may not be chosen. Right, so you're gonna have the elect out there, and they're gonna get it, and you're gonna be able to know who they are. That's what scriptures say. And then shall be known who are my chosen. Okay, so you're gonna get a lot of the elect out there that you're gonna be able to see that these things aren't affecting them. Let's just go and grab that precept. Let's grab. We're gonna come back to this and finish that up. But let's go to the book of Isaiah 65. And it's like in 13. And it says, 65 and 13, it says, therefore, thus saith the Lord power, behold, my servants shall eat, and you should be hungry. So the servants of the Lord, those chosen, as the scriptures say, and then shall be known who are my chosen, right? They're going to eat. They're going to be okay. They're not going to be starving. Because, the scriptures say, at calamity thou shalt laugh. Let me see that charger real quick, please. I'll give it back to you. Thank you. It says that my servants shall eat. Okay? So the Lord's servants are going to eat. And it says, you shall be hungry. So all of y'all that thought this was a game, yeah, you're going to be hungry. It says, behold, my servants shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servants shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. And you're going to be ashamed because you had all this time. You don't walk past the men of the Lord. You don't see us on the internet. And you chose to ignore it while you saw the world collapsing all around you. And that's one of the craziest things is these prophecies. You see all this shit happening right in front of you in real time, and yet you don't want to believe it's happening. So continue it on. It says, let's go back to that book of Revelation. All right, and it says, verse 16, and it says, and he causes all, both small and great. So it don't matter where you are on the financial spectrum, okay? It doesn't matter where you are on the social spectrum. It don't matter where you are. It says all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond. No matter where you are financially, where you are on the social spectrum, no matter where you are in governmental office, no matter none of that shit, you're gonna be. This is something that's gonna you're gonna be tried by. You're gonna be forced to do this. And the word here where it says cause, it means to be forced. Okay, because you ain't gonna be able to participate in this society unless you have this medium of exchange. All right. And it says, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that hath the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Okay? Here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for this is the number of a man, and his number is 666. That's that high side stigma. So in closing, if you think it's far-fetched for them to have a digital awl or C-hip that they're going to implant into everyone to force them to participate in their system, and you think that's far-fetched, just take a look at my man's with the implant inside of his head to where he can see colors based off of that piece of technology that he's had in his head since 2004. So this technology that they have to implant stuff, and they've been implanting shit in people for years already. All right? When you get a prosthetic hip or a prosthetic leg or a knee replacement or some shit like that, or they put something in your body like a rubber disc or something like that, those are implants, man. Okay, so they already been putting shit in people's bodies, man. It's just now they're moving to the more technical side to where they can monitor everything that you do. Okay, and that's what this is. You're gonna be able to, everything you do is gonna be tracked, traced, and you're going to show Esau that you want to belong to him. And that's what this is all about, is to make all the Israelites the property of the Edomites. Okay, but guess what? At the end of the day, you got to do that shit willingly. And you may say, well, he gonna cut off the food supply, and he gonna do that. Look, man, look, this is supposed to be. I would rather die than get that thing put in my body. That's how it's supposed to be. So if you got to starve, if you got to go to the prison, if you got to do whatever, okay, you should already understand that this is something that you should say, I'm not gonna take it, no matter if they kill me, okay? Because if you do take it, you're gonna get caught with one of them missiles. You're gonna die anyway. And if you do take it, you can get a grievous sore. Let's see. It's at 15. What's it 9? Give me 1 second. I know it was 16. Yeah, 16. So on top of you gonna get destroyed with a missile, you're gonna also have a grievous sword. It says, this is Revelation 16:1. It says, I heard a great voice out of the temple saying to the seventh angel, go your way and pour the vials of the wrath of Yahweh upon the earth. And the first went out and poured out his vial upon the earth, and there fell a noisome and grievous sore upon the men which had the mark of the beast, upon them which worship the image. So yeah, before you even get a missile, you're gonna be in pain. Because when it says grievous, let's look at that word grievous. Noisome. Let's look up this word noisome. Let's look up the Strong's definition.
Strong's G 2556. Kakas. Kakas.
And it says, of bad nature, not such as it ought to be, a mode of thinking, feeling, acting, base words. Number 3, this is the one we're looking for. Troublesome, injurious, pernicious, destructive, baneful. Okay, so when you get that, you're gonna be in a lot of pain. And let's go to this word grievous. And the word grievous, paeros.
Strong's G 4190. Paneras. Paneras.
It says, full of labors, annoyances, hardship, pressed and hardest by labors, bringing toils, annoyances, perils of time, perils of Christian faith, and steadfast, causing pain and trouble. Verse 2, bad of nature or condition, in a physical sense, diseased or blind, in an ethical sense, evil and wicked. It's going to be all that. It's going to be all that. Okay? So while you thinking that you're going to be buying and selling and conforming to the new system, the Lord going to have something for you. All right? So this to show, the technology has always been here. Okay? They've always had this technology for not always, but they've had it for quite some time. And now they're ready for the implementation stages. All right? And if you got somebody like my man who's already got the implant in his head 20 years ago, imagine what they got for you now. All right? So with that, I'm going to end it off by giving all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem, Rakar Kadash, and next time I can say Shalom.